everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Today we're going to check out Genotype.
Genotype.
There's more to this, but I'm going to say it wrong,
Mendelian genetics game.
Mendelian.
Yes. Like Gregor Mendel's genetics experiments.
Okay.
Did you take biology?
It was a long time ago.
So when all of the experiments that Mendel did where he took the little pea plants and then he put things with dominant traits and things with recessive traits and saw how everything, came out, with the offspring. And then he found out, oh, hey, this trait must be dominant. This trait must be recessive. And this is how everything works. And this uses that information to sort of relate to what we're doing here. We're trying to breed particular plant types.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's a worker placement game.
By Genius Games.
Genius Games.
Plays from 1 to 5 players. So, yes, there is a solo mode.
Okay.
And it plays in 45 to 75 minutes. We got to play the fantastic looking Kickstarter version when we were over at John and Laney's. And so thank you for letting us play your copy, Dwayne. This is...
the copy we have here today is not the Kickstarter.
So
whatever you see here is what you'll get if you just buy it off of the shelf.
So from what I understand, Genius Games always puts in... So there is a rule book and there is a science behind the game book that explains all of the things about Mendel's study of pea plants. So...
That's pretty cool.
It is. It's really cool, and it gives a little history and art, and talks about, how that all the dominant and recessive traits work together, and how you use the Punnett squares and everything. Mm-hmm. And if your partner is looking for pea plants with recessive traits, just throw a lot of dominant traits out there and really mess up her research. And that's what. No.
It's not very nice.
No, it's not very nice. But you want to try to score enough points to win the game.
Yes.
So, yeah. So you're going to get points by breeding these plants. Let's take a look at the overhead.
Overhead.
It's like 12-page book. It's really good. I like knowing all the science about it because I'm not a biologist, but I'm a degreed chemist.
Julie says, Michael, be nice.
Michael! I am being nice.
Yeah, just make all of the things I don't want.
No. That's not how this works. So we are going to... So we have gardens of pea plants with the different traits. And we are trying to get all of the plants that have certain traits on it. So I want to create this plant here with... round peas instead of wrinkled peas. I want to have purple flowers instead of white flowers. I want to have yellow peas instead of green peas, which that's recessive. Both of these are dominant or at least heterozygous dominant. And I want to have them short and not tall. The plant to be short instead of tall. All right, and so that is also recessive. So, based on the difficulty of this, you're going to get a certain number of points. Notice when there's not as many traits that you care about, you will be getting fewer points. Notice it doesn't matter to me what type of, whether it has green or yellow peas on it. So, some of them only have a couple of traits that you're going after. And
both of those are really common, so it's only 5 points.
Yeah, because you've got the heterozygous dominant trait on both the color and the height. And you don't even care about the roundness or wrinkledness of the peas or the flower color.
Right.
So you're only going to get 5 points. Obviously, it's going to be harder to get homozygous dominant, which is the... double R.
All the big words.
So, all homozygous dominant means is, hey, it's dominant and both of them are the same. Heterozygous dominant means it's like this, where it's dominant because the dominant trait overrides the recessive, and they're both different. So those are easier to get than these. The ones that's really difficult to get are the homozygous recessive, where you got two little letters. So this game looks pea-brained. No, it's really good. So
spoiler.
This is here. This is here. Put these back here. So we've got a nursery that we can purchase pea plants from, or we can draw blind from the top.
You actually get two if you go to this spot.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I did once.
There's also a tool shed where you can get tools, like maybe a pollen brush or a grant or a graft knife, or you can draw blind from the tool shed. So worker placement games are always my jam. So I love being able to place workers and do things with them.
Yes. And of course you're limited to only 3 workers at the start.
Yeah, so you got 3 workers. I think this is probably a really good compromise between weird color selection and hopefully colorblind friendly, because
blue
all
and
of
teal
the
kind of look similar.
and the blue and the purple in low lights are rather similar. So if you're looking at these both from the top, you see how close that looks?
Yeah.
But I think it's a fairly good compromise. They didn't go with all ugly colors.
No.
They did go with at least attractive looking colors.
Normally I would pick purple, but this teal is like one of my absolute favorites.
She loves the teal.
It is such a good color.
And normally I go with blue, but I think it's probably not as easy to see as the purple from up top. Let me look. I really don't like orange. You can sort of see it fairly well, but the purple's probably fine.
Yeah.
So we get 3 workers and 3 of these discs, research discs. So the first thing we're going to do is, this is going to be played over 5 rounds, I should say. The round tracker is up there at the top. And we're going to try to get as many done as we can within 5 rounds. So in the working phase, we're going to place all of our action markers on the spaces that we want to take them. And then in the plant breeding phase, that's where we are going to validate all the traits on the pea plant. So we're going to roll all these dice here. This dice tray is not included in the game. It is included as one of the add-ons in the Chai Tea for 2 Kickstarter. Only a couple of days left on that. This is one of the 12 different patterns that they created.
And it works perfectly for this game.
I mean, look, it's got leaves on it.
Yeah,
so
it's perfect.
Yeah, so we're going to use this. So you're going to roll all of these dice. Notice that these colors correspond to the colors of all the 4 traits that we're going for. So we're going to roll all these dice. During the plant breeding phase, we're going to place them based on what they rolled, and then we are going to draft those based on where we have placed our little trowels. Then finally, in the research upgrade phase, we can spend our coins on upgrades to upgrade all of our items. We can buy new plots, because currently we have 2 garden plots. Maybe we want to buy a 3rd. Currently we have 3 spaces for offspring research, but maybe we want to buy another dice slot. Hey, maybe we don't want to buy another worker. We've got 2 of our workers in what Steph calls jail. Any place that you have to buy workers from, they're temporarily in jail until you bust them out. It's not really jail, but and there's a spot for hiring assistants. There's a spot down here where down above small friend, where we have all of our assistants that we can purchase. Now, the assistants are either always on or can be used once around based on the assistant that you get. Anything that you have from the tool shed is only good one time. So, Julie says it's so cute. What part is so cute? The whole game?
Whole game?
The whole game is so
maybe
cute?
Maybe the tray?
Or the tray might be cute?
I mean, beautiful game for sure.
I think so too. So let's talk about all this stuff in detail. In the working phase, we're going to take turns back and forth. I've got the first player trowel, so that means I get to go first. I'm going to place one of my action markers, which are these little baby trowels. And in the Kickstarter version, this part right here is painted silver. So they actually look more like trowels. Not the whole tip, but just on the top, it's painted silver. Yeah. It looks really good.
It's nice.
The Kickstarter version we also played with came with metal coins. We've got the cardboard ones, but the metal coins look and feel really good. So we each start with a coin. I'm going to place my action marker out there. And once an action space is covered, it's occupied for the round. But there may be other spaces that do the same action. Now notice some of these are blocked out unless you're playing with 4 players. So this spot's not available, that spot's not available. This spot over here for the treasury is not available. I think everything else is available.
I know that there are more cards that are put out for
yes.
3 and 4
so,
players.
This is not actually the draw pile and the discard pile. However, it's for the 3rd and 4th player. Makes it easy for us to consume that part of the board.
Yes.
So, the gardening action is used to manage our pea plant card. So that's actually on our player board. Notice how many gardening actions each player has. 1 whopping gardening action. So when you do a gardening action, you may draw 1 pea plant or tool card. That's why you have a white and a black symbol. From either the face up or the face down options. Then you're going to pull up one of your pea plants. Hopefully it's complete. You probably don't want to pull it up unless it's complete. So you can actually, it says you can only harvest the ones that have these little markers. Oh look, it's see-through. They're actually light green markers, and you can cover up any validated traits. As you claim the dice, you're going to cover up these little spots. And when you have all the spots covered and you take the gardening action, you can pull that up, put it face down. I'm going to score 12 points at the end of the game. Usually we just tuck it in under like that so we can keep track. If you want, you can just turn them over. And then you can plant one from your hand. So Steph and I had the choice of 3 different cards. 1 we put face up in our garden, 1 we keep in our hand, and 1 we put at the bottom of the nursery from the draw pile. Each of us also has a tool shed card, so we can use this whenever it is appropriate. So that's the gardening action there. You can place trowels down here for temporary dice slots. You can only claim 1 of these dice if you can use them, but this makes it so I'm not limited to drafting 3 dice. I could have a 4th or a 5th die. There's also dice slots that you can purchase as research upgrades. So you could take a permanent extra die instead of having to put one of these trowels down for it. You can place one of your shovels on one of the traits in order to set the parent genes. You can modify this Punnett square. Now, this Punnett square is what is going to make the peas be certain ways. Each of the dice has a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 that basically tells which one of these traits is going to pop up out here. So if I roll a 4, currently it's going to be placed in the little t spot. So, boom, that's going to show up right there. There are also 2 spots for mutations. And what we're going to do is when we roll these dice, we're going to re-roll everything with the mutation marker. And if it again shows a mutation, boom, it's going to go out on the board with a mutation. And we're going to talk about those in a little bit.
To my surprise, we actually had a bunch of mutations.
Yeah. So whenever we modify the parent genes, we can modify either this top banner or the side banner. If there's a banner on it, the most we can do is remove the banner. If we want, though, we can just place a banner. Like, let's say Steph did that and made this dominant on that parent plant. If I really want recessive, I could do this to add on 2 recessive traits, which would guarantee everything's going to show up in the big T, little t space. Or, instead, I could pull that off and turn everything back to normal. meaning you've got a big T, little t parent and another big T, little t parent. So that's what you can do whenever you put your little trowel down for a color. Now, obviously, I can't influence the green one because I've marked it on the red. If you are the first player to place in either of these locations, you are also going to claim the bonus coin. Think. So good. So let's say you want to place right here. This is the first shift action. The first shift is going to have first crack at any of these yellow dice. Placing it here gives you first crack at any of the green dice. So we're going to start off with, whenever it comes time to draft, we're going to start at the top, move down to the bottom for first shift. Then there are all of these second shift actions. So let's say I've got this here, Steph's got this here, and another one here. So after we've done all the first shift actions, we are going to go from right to left doing these second shift actions. And notice there are only 5 spots for them. I'm going to get to claim any of those up there. Then Steph is going to get to claim 2 of them in a row. And then, if there are any dice left that we can use, and we have dice slots available, and dice that can be used for those, then starting with the first player and going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, we can then just fill up all of our dice slots. So first shift and second shift just gives you priority for claiming dice. The treasury allows you to get 2 coins. That's really good.
Yeah, you need money to buy all the things that you want.
Yeah, absolutely. University costs you a trowel and a coin, at least for the first person, and that will let you validate one of your plants down here in your garden plots. If you have something like this pollen brush, hey, thanks for subscribing.
Hey, thanks, Alan.
Woo!
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have something like this pollen brush, you can validate all of a matching trait. Like, let's say I validate the big F trait. I can do that on all the plants in my plot. Unfortunately, I only have 1 plant in my plot. The pollen brush is not going to do me much good right now.
You want a couple plants out with the same type.
Or maybe even a 3rd or 4th plant.
Yeah, you also had the assistant, which you haven't got to, that did all that all the time. It wasn't a one-time.
So it was an assistant that worked that had a permanent pollen brush. That was really helpful for me. So, Alan subscribed with Prime. For those of you who don't know, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you get 1 free subscription to your favorite Twitch streamer, and that can change from month to month. But hey, you can get a free. Twitch subscription for your favorite Twitch streamer. And if you want to know how to do it, Steph has posted a link there in the chat that lets you know how to subscribe to our channel or any other channel for free. Basically, that link will show you how, it will walk you through the steps of linking your Amazon and Twitch accounts. And then
it's good.
Then yeah, I mean, all you do is click the subscribe button, and don't worry if it says that it's going to give you a cost. When you click that subscribe button for $3.99 or $4.99 or whatever it is, it will actually bring up this menu of options, and on one of those options, it'll be subscribe for free if you haven't used that this month. And then when your month runs out, hey, you can subscribe again for free, and that gives your favorite Twitch streamers real, actual money that they can use to make their channels better. So, yeah. Like our little every bit helps thing right down here in the corner. Steph had to get a new laptop, and so we have to sort of pay off that laptop. Laptop,
all of the subscriptions and bits that are cheered will go towards
that goes towards that percentage, and she's already raised quite a bit of money for that laptop that she uses primarily for editing her images and streaming this channel. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it.
Yay.
So, like I said, the university will validate 1. If somebody's already taken that spot, you can pay 2 coins and do the same thing. The nursery will let you draw 2 cards from the nursery. Can be face up or face down. And you do we immediately refresh? I can't remember. Let me look.
No, it's only at the end of the round.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Everything gets cleared.
That's true. Everything gets cleared and refreshed.
Yeah.
So there's one spot here for the tool shed for a 2 or 3 player game, and you can get one of the face up or face down tool shed things.
Yeah.
Currently, it looks like we have a pollen brush. We have a grant, which means anytime we get something up there, one time only, it's going to be at 2 coins less. Or you can get a graft knife, which lets you...
when you draft a die, you can take another one in the same color and put it there.
Oh, yeah, in the extra spot. But yeah, it does have to be in the same color. Or is it the same number as well?
I'm pretty sure it's just color.
They've actually got... to immediately take another die, which does not use a die slot. It
doesn't say same color.
It doesn't say.
Well, if that's true, then we were taught wrong, and I want to redo on our game.
Excuse me.
Because I had a graph die left over at the end of the game because I couldn't use it the way he taught me.
Take a look there in the geek.
That is probably a geek question. Unless Paul showed up.
Yeah, Paul, are you here?
Paul, are you here? I don't see him.
The last action that I have not discussed is the setting research goal action. It costs you a trowel and 2 coins, or 3 coins if the other one is used, where you can take one of your round research discs. Hey, thanks for following.
Hey, thanks for following.
Chard 2?
Yeah,
Chard 2.
Chard 2. So who's Chard 1?
I don't know. That's a good question. And then you're going to place this on one of those areas that you can see here. Round, wrinkled, purple, white, green, yellow, tall, and short. When you place this here, you're basically saying that any plants that I have validated research on that is big F's or big F little f, I'm going to get 2 extra points for. Or you can go over here to this one and say, every little f that I have, I'm going to get 3 points for. But you've only got 3 of these total to do research with. So that is pretty much everything in the working phase. Moving on to the plant breeding phase, we are going to roll all those dice like we said, and we are going to then draft the dice. If you draft a die with a mutation on it, you do one of 2 things. You can either take a coin, or you can and then put this in a die slot as you normally do, or you can take the die and another die, place them both in your die slots, and then validate any trait of that dice color. So then I could, even though this was a 2, I could mark off this little t, just like that. Now notice though, I have now claimed 2 of my 3 die slots. I'm only going to get 1 more die this round, unless I put trowels here, or I've got some more of these dice slots that I've researched. I could get a 4th or a 5th or a 6th dice slot.
Yeah.
But the more that the more that you purchase, the more expensive they get.
Yep.
So you can either gain a coin or you can mutate. Then we're going to do the research upgrade phase. This is taken in reverse player order. So since I am first player, Steph would get to have first shot at the research upgrades. Did we do it that way?
I don't think we did
I don't think we did it that way.
Interesting.
That is interesting because it does say reverse player order. Mm-hmm. So you would have the first chance to buy something, and then the price will immediately go up. So let's say she buys an action marker. Those are going to be 4 coins instead of 3. On each player's turn, you can get 1 research upgrade. So you can't get everything you want. We can go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. If you decide that you don't want to buy an upgrade, you say you pass, and then you can't come back later and jump in and purchase. Then, when all players have passed, we are going to we're going to go to the end of round reset, where we're going to lower all of those prices by 1. So everything will go down to the lowest level if possible. If it'll go down to a 1 at the lowest. You can't go below 1, obviously.
It just goes down 1 space.
It'll go down 1 space. And obviously they won't go above a 4 or a 5 based on... Oh yeah, that one can never go below 2. So that's good. The first player marker is going to pass clockwise. We're going to advance the round marker. We're going to discard all the remaining stuff, the assistance and the nursery stuff and the tool shed that nobody got. We're going to refill everything. We are going to refill 1 coin next to these Punnett squares that don't already have a coin. We're going to get all our stuff back. And we then go to the second round. Allow the rinse repeat. 5 rounds. Most points wins.
Yep.
That should be pretty much it. Oh, one thing that I think Dwayne did mention. If you are dealt a watering funnel in your starting hand, you must play it.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah, you must play it immediately. Let's see. Grant Knife gains an additional temporary dice slot. If it's used to take a pair of dice using a mutation, one of them is put on the Grant Knife. It may be played when taking first or second shift. If it's played during first shift, the additional die must be taken from the dice of the same color as the first shift pick. Second shift, I don't think has that limitation. There it is right there in the rules clarifications.
Okay.
That's good. I didn't read the rules for this. I was actually taught this. So there you go. The rule book seems really good. So,
yeah.
There's no hand limit for your cards.
Sure.
During the phases that you have, I can't just say pass and let you take your turn while I think about what I want to do.
Okay.
If I have a shovel, I must play a shovel.
Sure. I mean, there's always somewhere to go.
There is, and there's not ever a time you just want to delay, I don't think.
No.
There's no limit to the number of tool cards that can be played or assistant abilities that have to be used during a turn. Here's one. Mutation dice can mutate other mutation dice of the same color.
Okay.
So you don't have to take from here. You could take that one.
Generally, you want to deny people of what they're looking for.
Remember when I asked Dwayne if I could take a TT and then validate a TT? He says he wasn't sure if I could do that. This seems fairly clear. I could do that. I can take away and deny, like you said. Mm-hmm. Even though Julie says, Michael, be nice.
Michael, be nice.
Michael. So, trait markers and coins are unlimited. If all, what are trait markers? These?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I thought we only had 3.
You get 3. They are limited.
No, these. These are trait markers, these.
Oh.
No, this says these are unlimited. These are research markers. These are limited.
Yeah.
I saw trait things and I was like, these aren't unlimited. These are very limited. So
I don't think these are going to run out.
No, not especially.
Maybe
especially
with 5
2 players. And yeah, coins are unlimited. There are solo rules. It's like 6 pages of solo rules. So that seems really good.
I know that there's cards and stuff, but I haven't looked into it at all.
Yeah. So anyway, spoiler alert, I really enjoyed this the other day. So
we have 3 assistants available.
Yeah, let's look at those guys.
We got Father Amari.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite ones that
Lainey
ended up with.
Yeah.
When you put your trowel here, you roll 1 die of each color and validate any of them that match, or at least that's how we played it. I'm going to make sure that's what it is, but that seems really good. Yes, for each die, you may validate 1 matching trait. And then
that's when you have a bunch of things out and you're like, let's just go for some things.
Ooh, just go for some random stuff.
That'd be awesome if you got 4 matches. That'd be so good.
Brother Alypius, when you garden, draw an extra card.
I had him. He was great.
Oh, yeah?
I had 2. Yeah, I was drawing
He's
2
really
cards.
good. He is really good. Father Edward. Father Edward. No, it says Father Edward. But I see Brother Edward here.
Same guy.
It is the same guy, I guess. This guy acts as a permanent extra plot with its own pea plant that automatically refills. When he is hired, take a pea plant card from the face-up options in the nursery and put him here. When the pea plant's harvested, drop another one in the same way.
Right
Just
away.
drop him in there. Boom.
It's an ongoing generation. That's pretty good.
He drops another one in.
These are all pretty good.
Immediately. Those are, I mean, you can probably only hire one of them on your turn based on how your money's doing.
It's pretty important that I go first in this pick. So that's pretty.
It is.
That's
a big rule.
We definitely didn't.
We definitely
play
didn't do that.
And that would have made a difference. I know for Laney.
But all three of those are fabulous.
Yeah, this is a good. So
that's a good.
We should
that's
probably
a good.
Get some money.
We should probably get some money. So
make sure we can get a hired assistant. It's like, okay, should I save up and get an action marker for 3, or should I just get this awesome assistant?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of.
You don't get much money, so trying to get $5 is hard.
Yeah.
It's not.
So I mean, clearly that's the right plan for me, because if she
does,
if she finds a way to pay for it for 2, I need a way to get it for 3.
That's true. I mean, it seems silly not to go for something
for real.
Here.
Yeah.
Though. I will. I'll go like this.
First shift, take the coin.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are interesting decisions, but the options aren't so overwhelming that you really can't figure it all out.
No, it's fine. It's good.
It is really good.
Did you talk about these spaces? I forget.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Oh.
I don't know if Alan is still here, but I'm pretty sure, Alan, you will like this game.
Oh, yeah. So it's really difficult taking first shift when you're not sure if what you want is going to pop up.
You only roll the dice after we place the workers, I believe, unless we did that wrong too in our game, which...
Did you do what? Where?
Are
what?
we supposed to roll dice before we start placing workers, or after?
Before you start placing those workers?
Any workers.
How did we do it?
We did it so we took actions and then rolled dice.
Yes, that is correct.
So Scott was asking.
That is correct. So no, you don't know for sure what's going to pop up.
But I will get first dibs at what is rolled.
Exactly. Now let's say I wanted to do some deviltry, and she has done first shift here. If I place here, I can influence whether you're going to get more chance for big letters and no chance for little letters if I do that. Or whether, let's flip this over, or the opposite. It might be half little letters, half medium, mixed letters, and no chance for big letters. If I know that, like right now, see she wants 2 little F's. It would be good for me to do this and change it over. But she does have a chance to plant something different, and there is at least one out there that wants it. So, but I'd be wasting my workers if I didn't. I mean, I actually do need 2 big F's, so that's not a horrible move for me to take. But I don't get a coin for it because you have already placed your thing there. So, that would be a rude thing to do.
Yeah. You can do it.
I can, but do I want to?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? That's...
Actions are hard to come by. And we might not even roll the number 4, which I learned the hard way the first game. We rolled nothing I needed. Like, there were times when I had open slot for 5 dice and I ended up dropping
really?
3.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get what I needed because the dice just didn't roll.
Just didn't do what you wanted them to do.
Is it worth sleeping on the couch?
Oh, I don't know. Steph, do you want to sleep on the couch?
No, you. You're the one in trouble.
I got my own big bed.
That's right.
So I'm actually a little off the camera. I'm going to scooch myself over or something. So I'm trying to find a way to draft 2 dudes, and I don't think there's a way that I'm going to be able to draft 2 dudes, even with the grant. Excuse me.
The grant would help.
The grant does indeed help. So I'm going to hedge my bets a little bit. I am going to take the grant, but and plant. Obviously, I cannot pull anything up, but I can actually take the grant. I just won't have enough money. Regardless, I won't have enough money to get 2 dudes, which is sad. All is good at my place if my partner wins. Yeah, see, I don't mind losing. You don't mind losing, mostly.
I'll go here get more money.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I like money. Oh, I'll do that.
And I will garden.
Gardening is good.
I could take my chances at the top of the deck, or I could get the pollen brush, which is always good.
Is this a chip on the die or extra paint? It looks like a chip on the die.
Man, I don't know. If I can, but like it'd be.
It's not about winning; it's about doing a mean move.
That's right. I'm gonna go for this.
Steph loves hate drafting, so.
No.
Steph loves hate drafting, so she knows it's all about what did you do? What did you do? Oh, now you got even more little F's. I really should have changed it. That would have been really funny. You're like, no. All right, so
Tons of X's.
We have, considering a third of the faces have it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, two faces out of 6. Everything else is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So currently the 1's go on the first base, the 2, 3's in the middle, the 4's on the end. You got your FFs there.
1, da da beat da boo boo.
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And we're going to re-roll all of the X's. Wow. And if they pop up X again, it's all good. We just keep them X. And hey, you got another FF.
Wow.
You got what you wanted.
Everything you want.
So we were wondering why there are still the same number of dice rolled in a 2-player game that there is in a 4-player game. We're not sure why, but that's what it has to do. So, we're going to start off with the first shift, which is me. I can take any of those, and clearly that's the hard one to get. So I'm going to grab that away. I know Steph is giving me the evil look. Don't growl at me.
All right. I will play this.
What is that?
Graph knife.
Graph knife.
This and this.
So then you're going to validate those on your sheet.
Which is what? The little f.
Little f, little f. So that seems good. Moving on to down here. What are you going to take?
I'm going to play a graph knife.
You're going to play another graph knife.
No, wait. Big T and big T is what I need. Figured, why not?
You have a pair of TTs.
Huh.
All right, now what do we do? I mean, that was like really good stuff.
Seemed not bad. It's not the card I wanted. I wanted to draw a pot so I can get one of those planted right away.
So there's nobody there on second shift. So it's just me, then Steph, then me, then Steph, then me, then Steph.
Yeah.
She doesn't have anything I need, so I'm not really worried about what she does. I am worried about making sure that I can get things that might not be here for very long. So I will take Yeah, I will take this GG. Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
I'll take the GG too. Big G, little G.
Big G, little G, let me in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I mean, I can take the FF now. The little TT is also hard to get, though. That's a hard choice. Sure, I will go ahead and take the big F, big F. I don't have the combos like I had last game. They were really good last game. All right, so I've used all my slots, despite the fact that I could actually take this and could take all three of those and use them. Tink, 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 but I just don't have the slots for them. So, we are going to, in reverse player order, do all the research upgrades. Followed by diabolical laughter. Yes, of course.
I could get another worker. But these assistants are also really nice.
They are nice. And it is hard to choose what you want to do.
I want it all. And I want it now.
You want it all. You want it all.
You know what? I am going to take an assistant.
You're going to take an assistant?
I'm going to try this guy.
Oh, no.
What?
I wanted him.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I immediately get one of these things? Because it's immediately ongoing. Go, Steph.
Yes. You get one of those.
Well, I guess I should do this one.
All right. Seems fine. All right.
This goes up.
That goes up.
I wanted this one, but I didn't have any plants to roll for.
So if I take dice, I don't have to put them in the research spots.
Well, it's an as an action. You spend your guy, roll the dice, and then just fill them in right away.
Right, but you don't put them down here. Is what I'm saying.
Right. It's really good.
Every time I garden, I get an extra card.
Yeah, he was really good too.
It also seems good.
Having extra cards is always good.
I think I may take the Laney special and get him for $1.
So then it goes up.
Goes up to a 4. There's my $1. Here's my grant. Put him upside down.
That's it, right?
No, we keep going back and forth.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
You're done?
You got more money.
I've got more money, and I will.
Take an
I'm
assistant.
not afraid to spend it. No, assistants cost 4. I have 3.
I'm at action marker.
Oh. Well, that is a thought. I could take an action marker. But man, I really need a new plot. I mean that is my main problem, is that
More plants.
I mean you've got the extra plot with
That guy, yeah.
With whatever Bob, brother Bob,
brother Bob,
the pot guy. Die slots are so good. New plots are so good. Yeah, give me that. I've got the money. Go ahead and give me the action marker.
Yeah.
And that'll make them more expensive for when you want them.
Yeah.
At worst. So
now we're out of money.
Now we are out of money.
These go down.
Those go down. Those go down. These disappear.
Yeah.
You will get to become player number 1. We're going to rescue the dice.
Wow.
And off your board.
This goes away. 3 new ones.
Brother Franz. All right. Let's take a look at the handy dandy sheet. Oh, Brother Franz, you have 2 additional dice slots for the plant breeding phase, but to use them, you got to pay a coin. Pay before you take the first die that would be placed on either slot.
It's not bad.
Nah, and you have to pay every round you want to use them.
I mean, yeah, but it's not bad. Because I wouldn't have placed 2 workers here. You know, my temporary dice slot if I had that guy.
Yeah. Father Anton gives you a free first, second shift area without putting an action marker. So basically do all the first shift, do Father Anton, do the second shift. He's like first and a half shift.
Yeah.
All right, Sister Anna.
Yeah.
Sister Anna, once per working phase, you can pay a coin and validate a trait. I don't remember if I had her. Now notice
she's basically this action without spending a trial.
Correct. And notice she's got the little tap or exhaust mark on her, so you turn her sideways for that round in order to use her ability. A rake, a watering funnel, and a flower pot. So the rake basically lets you treat any die as if it were either wild or mutated, which I don't think is a difference with the exception of how many dice spots you have to use. Let me see. Play when taking an offspring die to validate any trait of that dice color instead of using it normally. So yeah, it just works as a wild. The watering funnel, which you've got to use if you draw it if you draw it with your initial draw. The watering funnel, what that does is it lets you immediately validate one thing, boom, done.
Boom, done. Yep.
And the flower pot is a one-time flower pot that lets you play one of your nursery cards. Play it next to your mat. Take 1 pea plant card from the nursery or from the deck and put it on that flower pot.
It's a one-time use.
Not from your hand. It's a one-time bomb.
Wishing I bought that guy.
What guy? Brother
He's so Altabus? Good. I want them both.
Yeah, put him face up on the bottom.
All right.
Take it out of your way. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Hi, it's me.
You're so unhappy. It's fine.
Put the money out.
Oh, yeah. We get to color up. Well, not color them up, but refresh them all. Because you want one. Money is good. I like extra money.
I don't know.
But I've been told.
So bad. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do this.
I'm going to
draw one of these.
One of these, and then?
And then I will take this one.
Sounds good. I'm going to place this up here and put this up here and take this coin.
Those are big Fs.
Those are some big Fs. Now notice that there are banners for each direction. I've just got them stacked on top of each other right now.
Yikes. What do I want? I will garden. Oh.
All right, you have validated that one. Done.
I'm supposed to get this.
Get a card.
Sure, I'll get a flower pot.
No!
Well, you left it.
Well, I had no choice.
I get one of these in it. Don't like it. I guess I get that.
What? Oh, yeah.
Took it off the top.
Yes.
And I'm going to plant. Which one do I plant? What's this?
What's this?
Okay. I'll just do the harder one.
The harder one. Give me money next.
Money.
Boom, 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 boom.
I will change
Money.
Let's see. What do I want?
It was later revealed that Michael did in fact have a choice. He just chose poorly.
Poorly. Let's see. I will choose
though?
green. Make them little G's at the tip top.
Little G's at the top.
That's fine.
Blink.
Yeah. I get that money.
Blink.
Thanks.
Boom, 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 boom. I think I will go here and make some little T's happen.
No. Okay. Oh, I have a marker.
If you remove that marker, Steph, just place it'll be OG.
I've done 3 things. So.
You did 3 things? Oh, I have a 4th guy.
Yeah, you're rich.
I'm rich. Don't rub it in. So, it seems good. I should probably go to the nursery. Even though I can't really do anything. But at least it'll get stuff in my hand ready to do something someday. Oh, let's see what I got here. I will choose this one first and look at it and then shake my head no. At the end of the game, you need to have all of these validated. You will get a point for everything that's validated.
Yeah.
But you won't get research points for them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, incomplete research is what that's called.
Sad.
So yeah, you will score the research for the completed ones. I'll just take this crappy one right here.
Sounds good.
Yep, it does sound good. So that's all that happened.
I want to roll.
You can roll.
My tiny little hands gonna hold all these dice.
Good luck.
You still have some over there.
Check them up. Small friends watching. How about those?
Ooh.
Pulling out the X's. Bloop. 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 All right. Keep in mind that some of them might change. 4s are now mixed there. A 4 is lower here. This is a mixed. 1s and 2s are mixed basically for that. How about these?
Jeez! They're like all X's.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
No. Boo. don't want
Gives
it.
you opportunities.
Shoot. No, it does not.
No?
Does not.
All right. Nobody chose first shift. So you go second shift.
Well, I do need a little R's, so sure.
Yes.
This is terrible. That was so bad.
I will take a mix.
Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you.
You do.
No. No hate. A little bit of amusement.
Take this.
I'll take the other one.
No. Is there a big F, little f? Sure. Big F, little f. Fine. Not cool.
Not cool. And then I guess I will take some TTs.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, and you get to buy first.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
I will buy a dice slot for 2. Oh.
Not happy about it. I'm just gonna pass. So, the world is your oyster.
Oysters are cool. Now, this is sort of weird. If I get a new plot, I mean, the new plot's great, but I won't be able to plant anything in it for a long time. But it costs 1. Oh, wait, did I pay 2? I paid 2 for that dice slot. That was 1.
Yeah.
I will pay 1 for the new plot.
Sure.
Now, I don't think there's anything else I can buy for it. Well, no, I can buy another dice slot. And be out of cash. Yeah, I didn't like these as much.
Yeah. It's true.
My problem with this is that I can only garden once.
Yep.
You know what? Instead of buying a new plot, I probably should buy another action marker. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. Yeah, I'm just making sure I got it. Instead of getting the new plot, I could just get another action marker. I will do that instead. So that's up to 4. New plot is good, but clearly I can't even use it.
Okay. So then these come down.
Yes, yes, yes. A flower pot. A pollen brush. A flower pot.
All the pots.
All the flower pots.
Oh, there's Sister Mary.
Mary, do you know?
She's really good. Your baby.
I've got it in your head. That's the one that it turns into a pollen brush. This one, anytime you have no coins, you get a coin, I believe. What is his name?
Brother
Leopold? Yeah.
Leopold.
No. All of your coin costs are reduced
by
1 to a minimum of 1. So you can't get this for 0. It's 1 and 1. So yeah, coin things like that is really good. So yeah, it's good. All right. Your last guy.
I'm
missing a guy. There it is. I'm missing him. Boop, boop, boop. Clear the board. Sister Maria, once a turn, turns any die into a wild.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's fairly good.
Yeah, maybe I need that. The way this is looking is bad.
So I'm gonna garden.
Yeah, you're first.
I'm first to eat McPherson's. So going to finish this 12 off. I'm gonna do the flower pot for short. Let me switch sides with that mess. I should do something with lots of options.
Yeah, you should.
And I'm going to plant one immediately, so that seems good. This is the card that should never be mentioned.
He should not be named.
He who shall not be named. That gives me things to do.
Right. I am going to go...
What happens if he does... Oh, I have to re-roll all of these if they are not X. Re-roll them. Re-roll all of these till they are not X.
I need to change that.
Does Michael's brother mean there's one fewer dice in the main pool, or does he put a validation leaf and the die goes back into the pool? No, there are not fewer workers in the pool. All the dice just go back.
Yeah.
I'm going to double check on that. That is Father Omari. Yes, then just return the die. It says, for each die, you may validate one matching trait among your pea plants as though you had taken the die during the plant breeding phase, then return the dice. But he does take a worker.
But you have all your workers, so...
That's really good. And that's why I took it, because...
Alright, I'm taking that red token off the board.
You are pulling off the FF token. Well, that makes this makes this a lot better. It's because it's got an FF, a little FF, and I'm looking at it going, that's never happening while that's on there. So I don't mind that at all now.
Yeah.
That is acceptable changes for me. I am now going to take another flower pot. This seems good. I am just going to kill the flower pots. We all know what they are. I noticed on a 2-player game is a lot more fighting for the banners.
Yeah, I'm going to go there and put the 2 little G's out.
Put the little G's out like that so it's all little G's.
Yeah.
Come on, wild spots. Wow, that's just rude.
Yeah.
You got a lot of money now.
I've got a couple bucks.
You do have a couple bucks.
I didn't spend it last time.
I need a couple bucks.
No, you don't. I'll do this. I'll take this because it's
fantastic.
Terribly needed. Okay. kill this.
Mm-hmm. Seems good.
Yeah, I'll plant that.
Planted. Let's see if I go there. I know I'm not getting any green. As a chance, I can use the red. There's a good chance I could use the blue. There's a good chance I could use the yellow. Might as well give it a shot.
Good luck.
Good luck. Scott wants to see train-themed games. All right, green. I don't even have to worry about because it's going to be GG, little g, little g. So I'm just going to knock that out. 2. It is playable as big F, little f. So validated and done.
Basically, even if you get 1, it's like going here without having to pay.
Yes. 4 and a 3. No, wait a second. I thought I did this one. No, it was a... Yeah, big F, little f. This is the R's. This is big R, little r. And this is little t, little t. So little t is done.
You still get to roll the X's like you did?
Yes. You keep rolling until anything's come up not X. So, because can't possibly use them. Mm-hmm. All right. That is that.
Okay.
I got 3 of them. That's not...
It's all you, because I'm done.
Yep. I am going to... There's a fair chance I can use any dice that pop up. So I think I may do a temporary dice slot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 here could possibly do. And this just increases the chances that I can use a wild and not totally wreck myself.
Yeah.
So no first shift, no second shift. Starts out with my shift. You want me to roll? You want to roll?
Me.
All right, there you go.
Hey, Derek. He wants to see train games.
Derek. I was like, Derek didn't chat. Derek didn't need to chat. Derek did the train games.
X. X's. X. X. Wow.
All right. All of these don't matter what comes up. You know why? They're all little g, little g. These are split. If they have a 1 or a 2, no, yes. Have a 1 or a 2, they go up top. These are all normal. 1 in the front space, 2, 3 in the middle, 4 in the end. I think I got 1 of each flavor. Now the X's.
Oh, yeah.
High. Wild.
Wild, wild. Wild, wild.
4.
3.
Oh.
What's this?
2 is a 2, 3 in the middle. So the only things that affect things now are these are all going to be on the 4th spot. Have to be. These are going to be split evenly 2, 3.
Yeah.
And that's, the parents influence what things go where. So it is interesting. Looking over at what Steph has.
I'm good to take things.
I see that. I am going to mutate this dude. I mean, you can use GGs all over the... you got a pollen brush. You're just going to wipe those dudes just so nicely. Well, son of a gun.
I got options. So.
Dang. Yeah, you got lots of good options. I see that now. All right, I'll hold off on that. Dang it. Whoops. Wrong direction. I mean, you don't have to take them all now, is what I'm thinking. It's like, well, shoot.
I kind of set up the board to be happy for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will take this big T, little T.
I think I have to take this. It's a little baby F's.
These little baby.
Sure.
I will take the other big T, little T.
RRs are hard to get, generally. Little T, little T.
Slap it like.
Do that.
Little R, little R.
Yeah.
I will now mutate this thing for the big G, little g, and I will pollen brush it because it's currently difficult to get those in there.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong spot.
All right, me.
Yeah, you.
I will take that and pollen brush it because...
Of course, because...
Obviously.
Why would you not?
That's really good.
I will take a big F, big F. You got a big F.
So we're going to have to read about this guy again. Does he generate right now?
Does he generate? No. He's still planted.
Well, when does he uproot himself?
When do you garden?
No, I don't think so.
What is his name?
Edward.
Edward. When the pea plant is harvested, take another pea plant in the same way.
So I have to use my action to do this?
Unless you have another way to harvest.
What?
I mean, it does give a free taking with keeping whatever's in your hand.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean...
Sure, it's fine. Whatever. I can't fix it. Can't make it different. All right. You first. We can wipe all of these. Well, I will spend $2 on May. Because she's great.
She's great. What is she? Oh, yeah. She's permanent friggin' pollen brush. Yeah. All right. Did you increase it or no?
Nope. No. Boom.
Well, that takes me out of the running for either of those.
Oh, this is round 3.
Well, I don't really need a new plot. Guess I'll take a dice slot. Not that I need a dice slot either.
I am passing.
All right. I need another garden slot.
Yeah, that's what I need.
How did I get multiple things last game? I don't know how I did it. Because I was harvesting like crazy, but now I'm like, I'm sort of stuck here. Oh, at the end of the game, everything will harvest, so maybe I will do another plot. Yeah, but how do I get it planted?
Cheating. Well, you're
that should cheat then. So we've established I should just cheat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, there's really no good way to get these things on here, but all right.
You're done?
I'm looking. I mean, I could do another one and just let it keep growing bigger.
Well, I mean, you don't really need that because you're going to be able to
Well,
use
I'm hoping
this
for
to
another
pull that
flower.
up and put that one, pull it up too. Like, that's the last 2 turns of the game.
Yeah, but what I said was everything that's done gets automatically harvested at the end of the game.
Right.
So if another flower pot comes up, boom, I can take the flower pot and boom, I'd have more. But a flower pot doesn't need a plot.
That's what I'm saying.
Is there anything that can dig something up?
Don't think so.
I also don't think so, but I'm going to take a look. Because that is basically the only thing that would give me a chance to do anything. All right, there's dissertation. There is... No, none of it. I mean...
No, I don't think there is.
No, I don't think there is. So I just don't see why I would need a new plot.
At this point, you definitely don't.
Because these aren't new plots. These are one-times.
Right, but what I'm saying is you can, when you garden, you're going to get a free uproot. So you can uproot that.
Uproot one, put another.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to need another plot.
Correct.
Versus me, who's kind of like, but you're saying I have to uproot that one. So
which one? Oh, if you want, you don't have to uproot it, but if you don't...
it seems silly not to.
It seems silly not to, you're right.
Especially since reasons.
Especially since reasons, yes. All right.
Okay.
So, everything goes down by 1.
Boop, boop. Nah.
And I can't take an action marker just to keep them from you now.
Psh, no.
Psh, slap a light.
Psh. 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 Boo. Psh. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that makes this $1.
No. Pay a coin to set a phenotype research goal. It doesn't make this one. It is one.
Its own thing. Okay. All right. Thank you. We're gonna have to shuffle these. I guess she comes out.
Where are the rest of the dice?
Sister Elizabeth.
Are we out?
Yeah.
Of these, I thought it was just enough already, but maybe not.
No.
Sister Elizabeth is the last one we haven't seen. Once per working phase, you may validate a trait. Should we not be replacing those assistants?
No, you do. I've double checked it while we were playing in our game before.
Oh, you did?
Because it didn't seem right.
Okay, got you.
Either.
Yeah. All right, Sister Elizabeth. Once per working phase, you may validate a trait that matches one of the phenotype research markers you have placed. One of these that you have placed.
Oh.
She will validate one of them on one plant. That's not bad.
You only get to use her 1 round, though, so
2 rounds. 1 round. You're right. 1 round.
Yeah. All right, it's me.
For reasons.
What am I doing? What am I doing? Blah, 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 blah.
Goodness. Blah, 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 blah.
I need to do little F's.
You need to do little F's.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Little F, little F. Let me
that's
in.
Great. Thanks.
No, I just slap a dislike.
No, I need it.
No, I need it.
They didn't come up last time. Well, 1 came up, I guess. Did you know?
Well, I don't like what I've got.
Dislike.
Slap a dislike. 2 coins. $2.
$2.
Little left, little left. Digging this up.
And doing what? Taking which cards?
I'm going to dissertate.
Yeah, I wanted that too.
Well, she's taking it.
I couldn't.
You could. You could have done it right before you did this.
Yeah, no.
Looking at all my options here.
You have like 1,000 purple cards, so.
1,000 purple cards? What's 1,000 purple cards?
The purples, all the purple flowers.
Not 1,000, but I do have quite a few.
All of them.
All of them. Steph, if you don't know, you're in trouble because we have no idea.
Yeah.
Hey, Ruckus.
Hello.
And then I have to plant this because
reasons.
I have one in my hand.
I'm going to take a card. Just go for this.
Go for this. No.
That's not bad. And then I'm going to uproot this. And then he immediately gets me another one.
He who?
Father Edward.
Father Edward.
And I don't like this, so I'm going to draw blind. This is terrible. That was terrible.
No. What did you didn't plant one?
No.
Oh, okay. You just took a blind plant.
I can't plant it.
You couldn't plant one because
I don't have spots.
You didn't have a spot.
Seems like there's a lot of thinking going on.
Yes, it was really good.
Worker placement thinkiness.
I like it. So I will go here and eat that coin and kill those TTs.
Don't do that.
Did it?
Oh, that's fine. I don't need them anymore.
No, you don't.
I'm done, so it's all you.
It's Michael's show. It's the Michael show. What I got here? I've only got 2 cards underneath. Boo.
Don't be like me. Get workers.
Don't be like me.
Well, I have Sister May, so maybe that will save my butt.
Save your butt.
But we'll see. Yeah, I should have just taken that. So dumb.
So I'm probably not going to have a huge problem getting all this stuff out here. I don't think I need to go to Father Omari.
Yeah, you have like 1,000,000 dice spaces, so it's probably fine.
Maybe.
Maybe. Dr. Stein hasn't made the kitty eat yet.
Dr. Stein is starving the kitty.
It's been a whole week.
It's been a week, dude. Knock that crap off there. So that's good. And I don't have any more cards.
Neither. Well, I have 1 card.
You have 1 card.
All right. You done?
No.
No.
I could... I could actually use Father Omari to finish up a few little things. I mean, I can't really put anything else out. So, you know, I'm going to roll them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can actually use all 4, so. That's little r, unusable. This is little t, unusable. This is little g, unusable.
Ooh.
And this is big F.
Yeah.
No, big F, little f. Wasted action.
Yeah.
That sucked.
That was not great.
Dissertation's done, by the way.
Small friend was at Dr. Sign's house all weekend.
Oh, wow. Maybe that's what it was. So, yeah, we don't even need our markers anymore because there's no first shift or second shift or anything. So just pull them off.
Those
Whoops, you don't get those yet.
No.
Whee.
Thanks. All right. So now we roll dice.
Bloop. No, now you roll dice.
They don't now fit in my hand.
I see that. X's. X.
Two. Like this.
3 is small f still. 3s and 4s are. We got a 3 and a 2. It looks like it's big G, little g if it's 2, little g if it's 3. What is this? This is another one that was already rolled?
Yep.
Big R, little r. Looks like a couple of muties. 3 mutations. And a 4.
And I guess I'm first.
You are first.
Well, I need. Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what we rolled this crap?
That's it.
The heck?
We rolled it. Yeah, that's what we rolled.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
I mean, like, that's terrible. What do I value most? I guess that is the question.
Coins.
Well, I'll just do this.
Seems good.
I guess
Or
I could
not.
just take this, like you said, right?
Yes, you can.
And that can. Oh, you know what? Shit, I have a thing. I have this card I can use.
What is that?
Anything
can turn into
anything.
something of that color.
So I'll do that, and it can turn into big T, little t.
Big T, little t, yes. And then you get to sweep. Seems really good.
Then I don't have to use 2 spaces.
Correct. Wow.
Wow.
I don't like any of this.
Why? Might as well take pictures.
Yeah. So there's something I ain't gonna get for sure. Do your worst.
Do my worst?
Do your worst.
Well, this is definitely happening.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Well, then, this is definitely happening. Did it.
What's happening?
I did it.
I need little r, big R? Sure.
You needed it.
Well, I don't need it. Ish.
Did it.
Okay. I have no more room for dice.
Me.
So, yeah.
Did it.
You.
Did it. Now what?
Now we reset the board.
Yay!
Alright.
It wasn't me.
No, we gotta do
Oh,
this.
that. I'm first!
Yep. You want anything.
Where's the researchers?
Right here.
Oh, yeah, they're the wrong way. That's your direction.
I had to take a picture of them.
No, that's your direction.
What about it?
What's money worth at the end? Nothing. Yeah, a point for each unspent coin.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That seems
When
good.
nothing else, get 2 points. We're going to get that. Yeah.
Basically, I would be spending two coins to be able to take 2 things. Taking brother Alypius. Let me see here.
The Nikon.
1 point per trait marker on the. Yep, the assistants are worth nothing.
Nice.
I really don't have anything that I have to get done, or else I will lose out.
The kitty was starving, so.
I mean, I really wish that there was something that lets you garden twice.
That would be great.
That would be really
You know,
great.
in the Kickstarter, there's all those like little mini promos and expansions that were included. We don't have any of that, but I'm wondering if there's something like that.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I am. You don't have any money. You could get a new plot or a dice slot, but that's about all you can afford.
I'm pretty poor, so.
You are pretty poor. That is a fact.
You can do whatever you want.
No, well, I want to do a lot of things, but I just can't. I can't do it. So
Can't do it.
I just can't do it. So you want anything?
Nope.
No. All right, redeal.
Lower, lower, lower.
Lower, lower, lower. A watering funnel. A pocket watch. A hand lens. So, let me explain those.
What's a hand lens?
A hand lens. Play when you take the parent gene. First, parent gene for Steph. Parent gene or first shift to take 2 coins.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Speaking
That's
of which,
in addition to the coin that's out there.
It does not say. I assume so.
I'm probably a vampire.
It is possible.
It's possible.
It's possible that you are. It is 100% certain that I am.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at this. It is pale.
Pretty pale.
You're pretty pale.
Right, these guys go away.
She doesn't like going up in the sun. She does sleep late. She does stay up late. Sister Anna, brother Franz.
But we don't even need them because...
We don't even need them because
Yeah.
we're not going to buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I need to do things that are important and such.
And such.
What do I want to do?
What do you want to do? It wasn't me.
Really wish I had that other assistant card. I need more workers.
Yay, more workers. You didn't get more workers.
No, I'm just going to do that.
Yeah, it's smart.
I didn't have much choice.
It's probably true.
If I actually paid my workers, they might stay. I pay them with leaves and peas.
Leaves and peas.
Isn't that what every assistant wants?
Leaves and peas.
Maybe not.
Taking it.
Well, so like I was gonna do something like that, but then you might have gone here.
I would have gone there.
And then I wouldn't have had $3.
Yes.
So I needed to do that to make sure I had $3 in case you did that, so I could get that out because it's worth a lot of points.
That was definitely going to happen.
Yeah. Can't get all my plants planted. No. The workers who built the pyramids at least got beer. It's probably true.
All right, I validate that. I'm actually drawing this so I can play it right into the slot.
That's nice for you.
That's nice for you.
I'm going to also garden and uproot this.
Seems good.
Because it's done. To go put under there. And then I could either go for like one of these. No, I just gotta go for this. And plant it. 12 points, not happening. But, you know. Each one of these green leaves is worth a point anyway, so.
Yes. If you don't get the whole thing validated, then yes. That is correct.
Oh, this is all busted. Look at this.
Just shave it. Shave it off. I'm going to... I don't know what I want to do. If I don't do this now... If I don't do this now, I could end up not getting what I want. If I do this well enough, I can get 3 things that I want. This doesn't matter. I can't even get green. This is Big F, Big F. Bam.
Bada bang.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
This is a Big R, Little R. Didn't happen. This is a Big T, Little T. Also, didn't happen. That's fine. You.
I'm done.
You're done.
Michael has had all the workers this game. We'll see if it will win him the game or not.
That will be 3 points. Oh. I was first, wasn't I? Was I first?
You were first.
Yeah, because I took the red banner.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
And it actually got me what I needed, so it's not like I had to get it. So I'm definitely going to pay 3 in order to validate that.
Yeah.
So that seems workable. And might as well get first shot at something. How about this? That seems good.
What was this?
It would have been a rake. It'll be good if you find that you can't get what you want.
Roll them dice.
Oh, I'm rolling them. Okay, I'll do it. Looks like we've got a few X's. Not many, though.
4.
All of these are relatively clear. The greens are not. The greens are still heavily weighted towards babies. 1. 1, 3s. Looks like we have a couple of mutants.
Mutants.
Blink and blink and...
Blink.
Blink.
Alright. You're first, I think? Right? Well, you at least get one of those.
Yeah, I'm going to get one of those starting out. And then I'm going to get my first pick of the blue, which... definitely be a RR for that. But for this, I don't guess it matters a great deal. I mean, you need one of each, so... I guess I will validate the little t, and the big R. And 'tis you.
No. You took two.
I took this one.
Got it.
And then I took my third shift up there.
Big F's all day.
Big F's all day. Painted. Then I will take big T. Did it.
You're done.
I'm done.
I need a big T as well. Finish that card up. And I don't think I can do... I could do this one. Oh.
Not done.
What else can you do? I don't think you draft dice anymore.
Oh, yes. I get a coin for that.
Yeah, sure. G.
Paint. And I guess I will get...
I was close to doing
that.
I wish I had
you
temporary dice slots available.
Let me make sure. I think I just gain one coin and place the die, not another die. So
correct.
Those are just worth coins.
Yeah, which is still good.
Hey, draft. Yeah, tried, but she had too many that I did deny her one of them at least. But
the RRs.
the big RR
yeah.
is the only thing I really denied.
I could have completed that otherwise.
Yeah.
I completed this one.
Which didn't matter.
There were two double big T's, so.
Yeah.
All right. And that's it.
There really isn't any purchasing because that is basically it.
These have score sheets on the back of them. Do you want to find a neutral one?
I don't have to find it. It's like right here. All right. So let's put one of our little things on here. Whoa. I want to roll off the edge here.
Well, they probably want to see what we're looking at while we do it.
Well, we can do that, sure.
Yeah, I can move a space.
Why don't you move all the nursery?
I can make a space.
Yeah, make a space. Boop. Moving the tool shed. Look, that's perfect.
Okay.
So, I'm going to put one trowel for each of us. All of mine are done, so I'm just going to scooch everything.
Mine aren't, but I will make the ones done that are done.
Make them done.
Because we do get a final harvest.
Yes.
We skipped this part because obviously we don't need it.
Because obviously we don't need it. Now, that's just what Dwayne told us. I'm hoping we're playing that part right.
That is correct.
The end part? You looked at it or something?
Yeah, I did.
Each player may harvest any completed pea plant card. So,
yeah.
I did manage to get, 6 of them done? 7 of them done.
Wow, I did 6.
That's good.
Could have been one more if
somebody wasn't a jerk face.
Up better.
All right, 12 and 8's 20 and 30. 20, 30, 39, 48, 57, 63. Just of raw points. So, wait a second. Did you... Yeah, you already had yours for at 60? Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yours were more complicated than mine. For every little f, you get
Was I supposed to count these leaves at this point?
You can, sure. And then ditch the cards. Because you don't get phenotype goals for those. Did we do all those? Yeah, we turned them. All right. Unspent coins. Might as well do that.
1.
No, that's 5 for me. For every little f, you get 3 points. And for every little g, you get 3 points. So just look. That's 3
That's
for
1.
littles. Yeah, 3 points. 6 points, 9 points. 12 points, 15 points. 18, 21 points. So you've killed me. 24 points. 27 points, you've killed me. 10, 20, and 7 is 42. I don't have nearly that many. I know my T's are 6 points, I think. Anything starting with a big F or my little T's. I have 9 in little T's. So I go from 18 to 27. Anything big F is 2 points. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 1, 2, down 1. 89 to 92.
Wow.
Really good. I love this game.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you in shock or something?
Well,
You look like you're in shock.
I wonder if she's too strong.
No.
No?
No.
Really?
You have to get her at the start of the game to make her strong.
Yeah, maybe.
And so she was strong for you.
I didn't get her at the beginning of the game, but...
No, but if you want her, you'll prioritize her.
Yeah.
I mean, one could say the same thing about Father Omari. You get him at the beginning of the game, it's like, dang.
89 to 92?
Yes.
Wow.
It's really good.
That was really close. I mean...
Yeah. So when she pops up, you want to grab her. Now, after repeated plays, I wonder if that might become, if it might be, you might find out, she's just too powerful.
Well, so the whole time I was like, I'm missing this guy that I had the first game. I'm like, I want 2 cards. I want one of these special tool shed cards. Good. And I want to get a card that I can plant right away. So I did like Brother Alpheus. When I had him the first time I played. But yeah, no, I think Sister May is really great with the
I had that.
All the things. Yeah, it's a really good game. I like it a lot.
So, who won when we played? I think I barely won.
No, Lainey won, I think.
Lainey wasn't playing with us.
This game?
Genotype?
Yeah, she played with us. Maybe Dwayne won.
It was Dwayne and his son. His son did not play.
It was
It was Lainey because she had that thing.
I know things. And I know it was Lainey.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you though?
Yeah, maybe Dwayne won because he had experience, but
Genotype. I won.
Maybe
I had 60.
Maybe Michael won.
Maybe I won. 68. You had. So there's the difference in scores right there. I had 68. You had 64. Dwayne had 59. Lainey had 58. So, now, that's not to say that I think that is a poor choice, but you do need to have your workers. I mean, I just crapped out on one of them, though.
I do think you get more points with 2 players just because more dice are available. I was getting... basically hate drafted during the 4-player game without people really trying to hate draft. They just needed the dice that I needed. And you get so few options. Unless you do go ahead and change the banners, that helps a little bit.
I think there's more changing the banners on a 2-player game.
For strategy.
And because that is like a hate washing of all of this. But you don't get your first choice at that point. I think that is an interesting dynamic.
Because in a 4-player game, getting first choice is critical.
Yeah, when we played, it was a lot of getting the first shift. Not a lot of... We changed the banners, twice? 3 times?
Yeah.
But when we always took first shift. And we sometimes even took second shift.
Yeah.
Just because we needed those dice.
Right.
So that is the main difference. I had 5 dice slots in the game that I played with 4 players. I was good, capped out at 3 slots. I didn't get as many wilds, obviously, because that takes up 2 of the 3 slots.
Yeah.
But I made sure that that I took first shift in the ones that I needed. So I think it works really well with both player counts, but it is a fairly different experience. So
yeah.
The research upgrades. We're bottomed out on the price over here. It doesn't bottom out with the price when you're playing 4 players.
Because there's always something somebody wants.
There's always something.
I mean, getting assistance is really great. Generally earlier because they're not worth points at the end. So, but and same with the action markers. I didn't get any extra actions, but
it's really easy to also track. Okay, I know you're looking for big F all the way down the line. I want to banner the heck out of that.
Right.
And make sure you never see another one. But that's the good thing with the wilds.
That is, and there's also the actions that will cover
validate
things,
immediately, yes.
and special tool shed cards that will validate immediately. Or
so you're never screwed totally out of it.
I don't ever feel no. I mean, there's ways around it.
You feel hate drafted, but you don't feel like, my game is wasted. Right. I am struggling for nothing.
Right.
A lot of games are on the wrong side of that line. This one, I think, is there's ways to try to optimize without making either side feel like they've lost hope. And there's a lot of games we played, even in the past month, that you just lose hope with certain actions. You're like, why am I even doing this? For example. Anyway,
we really like it.
Really like it. So yeah, I think all the games today are like, out of the park home run type games. We
played them this weekend, and we wanted to show them off right away.
Right away. And now we actually have games on the couch that we really want to get played and get played on stream for you guys.
That's good.
So yeah, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Oh, hold on.
What's this game again?
It's Genotype from Genius Games. Good. It's so good. And if you can find the Kickstarter edition, it's even better with all of the upgraded bits. And like this, it's got silver mirrored lettering.
Oh yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It had some upgraded bits, like these banner tokens are wooden.
The banners are wood.
There's some
the trowels are painted on the blade.
The coins are metal.
And the coins, I don't know if the metal coins are part of it, but he definitely upgraded it.
He definitely upgraded it.
Oh, and the phenotype research markers are
bold type.
They're glass. They're glass. Big chunky glass beads that really cover that. It's really nice.
They are nice.
Anyway, Genius Games. And if you enjoy science like I obviously do, it's really cool. So I hear that, like I say, that they do similar things with all of their science type games. They try to make it fun and knowledgeable. So worth it. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.